Well, guys, I tried so hard to warn her on multiple occasions. Guys, let me make this perfectly clear for everybody. For all the ladies out there, if you are a woman and you work on a cruise ship, if you get pregnant, you are fired. Gone. No questions asked, no exceptions. But let me explain why that is and tell you a little story too. Hey, what's up everybody? Happy Sunday. First and foremost, I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm sure a lot of people are recovering after last night, which is technically like a Halloween weekend type deal. I know a lot of people were out there, turning up and doing all that good stuff. So I thought I'd make a video for you guys as usual on Sunday to give you something to, watch and relax while you recover from your hangover and drink your Gatorade, do all that other good stuff. Anywho, welcome to Shiplife Stories, where I talk about all the wild, crazy, and sometimes scary things that happened to me while I was working on cruise ships as a crew member. So a couple months ago, I received a lot of backlash on a video that I made where I was talking about women getting pregnant on cruise ships. And a lot of people were very, very angry about the things that I said. They were literally just shooting the messenger. Like, I got grilled so hard because I told everybody that if you get pregnant, if a woman gets pregnant on the ship, she gets fired, no questions asked. Now, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about a good friend of mine that just happened to get pregnant on the ship, what happened to her, and I'm gonna also explain at the end of the video why things are the way they are, because honestly, it makes a lot of sense. It's not just the idea that the woman is being punished, all right? So I'm not gonna ramble on too much. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So we're gonna go ahead and call this girl, because I don't wanna say her real name. She's actually a really good friend of mine. I talked to her to this day. We're gonna go ahead and call her Jen, all right? So my friend Jen was a very cool girl. She's from the UK, Scotland actually. And on the ship, guys, I've told you in multiple videos, things are a little bit, not even a little, they're very wild, It's a very fast moving life, all right? People are doing the thing and, getting wild with a lot of other people, and things happen, unfortunately. Now, my friend Jen, she was very cool and collected for the most part. Actually, not really. I remember the first time I met her was at the crew bar, and the first question she asked me was, "Can I kiss you?" That was weird. It really, really was. But needless to say, obviously, we didn't kiss or anything like that, but we became pretty cool friends after that, after she sobered up a little bit. But so basically what ended up happening is she worked in the spa along with a lot of other friends there. And, she was somewhat of an attractive girl, So obviously the guys, they wanted her. Everybody wanted the spa girls because a lot of them were honestly pretty beautiful, very outgoing. They had a lot of free time, and, it was just kind of like one of those things. They were like the it girls on the ship. Now, this girl, Jen, she ended up pretty much dating like one guy, all right? For the most part, she had what I like to call a ship bae, all right? I'm still trying to get that name tossed around. I swear I'm gonna have that on all the ships in the next coming years. Just watch. But anyway, she had a guy that she was with from Brazil, and he was a really cool guy. So it was me, him, a couple of my other friends. We always hung out, right? And of course, they were doing the thing a lot, every night. You know what I mean? I'm telling you guys, I don't know what it is. It's just the motion of the ocean. It just puts you in the mood to, get busy. And, we warned her all the time because she informed me and a couple other people that her and this guy from Brazil were, they were getting down without protecting themselves. And she wasn't on birth control either. So, Obviously, it's just a big mixture for a disaster. But, some people don't want to listen. Some things go through one ear and out the other. Honestly, I can speak from personal experience. If you guys don't know, I am a father. I had my son at 17, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, so this went on for months and months and months. And, toward the end of my contract, I was honestly surprised because I warned her, I don't know how many times, like, look, be careful, you're going to get pregnant. Be careful, you're going to get pregnant. And, I assumed she listened, but I guess not, because I want to say, my last couple weeks on the ship, she ended up getting pregnant. And for that reason, she was fired, all right? Again, they took the test, and, she had morning sickness and whatnot. She thought she was just getting, like, some kind of seasickness because you can get sick pretty easily on the ship, but she finally just kind of gave in and went to medical. They took a pregnancy test, and sure enough, she was knocked up. Now, of course, for being pregnant, she was fired and she was sent home after we got back to our home port in New York City. Now, let me get into the details of all of this, guys. Not as far as the story goes, because honestly, she's had her baby now. She actually just had her baby about a week ago, which is cool. I gotta actually FaceTime her so I can see the little guy. But, she had the baby, and, baby's healthy, everything's fine. But let me explain to you guys why things are the way they are, right? Because in my comment section, there were a ton of people grilling me for basically explaining to everybody why women are fired and not the man, all right? Guys, you gotta look at it from this perspective. First of all, it is a health concern of all things. Because I know you guys understand that a ship is like a little giant city or a small city, basically, something like that. However you guys want to look at it. However, on the ship, they do not have, trust me on this, they do not have the medical capabilities to take care of a pregnant woman. It's impossible. They don't have the tools. They don't have I want to say the insurance, to be honest. I don't know what kind of insurance they give most people on their contracts, but typically, unless you're American, you probably went through an agency, which means you, in some degrees, aren't really covered, right? But it's just an idea that you don't have the medical attention and guidance that you would need to have a safe pregnancy. You don't have the food, the ship is always rocking, it's just a giant hazard all around. Look at it from this way too. Even the guests, right, aren't allowed on the ship from a certain point. I believe it's 24 weeks. If you are going to be pregnant, even before you get on the ship, you have to be under 24 weeks before the day of disembarkation, right? Or embarkation, before you go on the ship, rather. So that's to prevent just health hazards, because if the ship goes into a storm or whatever and we're rocking, the woman falls over and unfortunately loses the baby, whose fault is that? So you guys gotta look at it from that perspective, right? That's why it is the way it is on the women's side. The cruise lines simply don't have what they need to take care of a pregnant woman. On top of that, most of the cruise ship workers, the crew members, are working long, exhausting hours, right? With the exception of entertainment, but at the end of the day, entertainment, we have what's called typecasting. You have to have a certain look, and let's say somebody who is, for example, an ice skater or an acrobat or something like that, obviously you can't perform your duty if you're pregnant. Right? You start calling out or whatever the case is. And don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not trying to bash women. These are just simple facts, okay? Just keep that in mind, guys. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just being honest with you, okay? But that's a big deal. So obviously you're entertainment, you're in a job that doesn't require a lot of hours. You still technically can't fully do your job. And that's the same with a regular position. If you're a stateroom steward, if you're working at the bar, right? These people are working, I kid you not, like 10, 12 hours a day, literally almost every single day. So when you can't work, which is what they hire you for, what use are you? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but you can't do your job, you can't fulfill your duties, right? But that's all I have to say on that matter. I know a lot of the big concern for a lot of people you're asking is, why doesn't the man get fired too? Well, a lot of reasons, honestly, and I'm gonna break it down for you guys, all right? It's very, very simple and self-explanatory. If you guys really just take the time and open your mind and listen to what I'm saying about the situation. First of all, the man is of no health concern, okay? That's the bottom line. I get it, he knocked the girl up, but this isn't a punishment that the girl gets fired. It's for her own safety, okay? She technically is in breach of contract too. It says in your contract that you signed, that you, as a woman, you have to get tested before you get on the ship. You are obliged to get tested randomly, right? If a doctor or a physician, whoever's on the ship, the nurse, if they assume you're pregnant, you automatically have to take the test. You can't tell them no, you can't refuse it, okay? It's in the contract, every single contract for every woman on the ship, it's in there, okay? The guy, obviously, we don't have that kind of contract, but it's just an idea of the health concern. The man can't get pregnant, therefore he's not a health risk. But also, more importantly to that, guys, I get it. I understand that the man should be held liable in the same state and, have the same thing happen to him as happened to the woman. I get the idea of equal rights and everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking it. I get it, but it doesn't apply in this kind of situation, right? I know you guys have seen like maybe and I don't want to relate it too much to this, but look at the rape allegations, right? Sometimes things can't really be proven. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely sympathize, and I'm sorry for all the women that actually have been raped, and obviously they didn't speak out, or the man who did the raping was not charged for his crime. That's a horrible situation. But look at it from this perspective, right? If a girl is messing around the ship with 1, 2, 3, 10 different guys. And I'm sorry, I know that might sound like a big number, but it happens on the ship, right? If a girl's messing around with 10 guys and she gets knocked up and she says, oh, that's the guy, or that's the guy.
You are not.
Where is the proof, right? What if a man literally just loses his entire career? Let's say he's an officer. He loses his entire career over a woman saying that he got her pregnant. What do you do in that situation, right? You're gonna then, the cruise line then has to get the police involved, get, just a lot of legal paperwork involved, which they don't deal with a lot of the time, all right? Unless it's actually a legitimate crime, right? The man then has to go wait 9 months, right? Because from what I understand, it's pretty dangerous to try to get a DNA test or a paternity test while the baby is still in the womb, okay? So you gotta wait until after the fact, and then you find out if the child is yours or not. And if it isn't, you're not just gonna go back on the ship. It doesn't work that way. Guys, it's just too much of a process for the woman to accuse the man of getting her pregnant, and then him getting fired, and then him waiting 9 months to get his career back. It doesn't work that way. So guys, just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people are gonna jump in the comment section, but I do wanna hear a conversation about this. What do you guys think about this situation? Again, it's unfortunate, but even my friend Jen, she understood when she got let go. She wasn't mad that the guy that she got pregnant by isn't fired. They're actually together, and he's living with her in Scotland now, by the way, and they're doing fine. It is what it is, guys. Things happen. Unfortunately, the world isn't perfect, but in this situation, it's justified with things being the way they are. It's just the rules, all right? But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, guys. Again, happy Sunday. I will see you guys sometime this week. Until then, you guys take it easy.